Good evening. I am Jessica Harwood, and I am the Gleaning coordinator at Rachel's Table. Gleaning is the harvesting of produce after the farmer is done with his or her own harvesting. And the Gleaning project has been around for 5 years. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, tell you what we've done, and tell you what our hopes for next steps are and the connection to higher education. So Gleaning exists because 40% of the food that is produced in the United States goes to waste, and it goes to waste for a variety of reasons. The farmers that we work with donate the food that they have in extra for reasons, sometimes just because they're being generous. They also donate food that's slightly imperfect. So we were donated 40 cases of peppers that were small, but perfectly edible. They were ripe at the same time that peppers in Florida were ripe that were twice as big, so they couldn't sell them to the major grocery stores. We also get food from CSAs because the farmers plant enough for what they'll need for all their members, which means that they generally plant more so they can make sure that everyone gets what they need. So in Massachusetts, 20% of households with children are food insecure. In Western Mass, a recent study found that the agencies that receive food donations from the food bank have had an increase in 22% in the number of people coming to them looking for food. And the food service agencies that we work with the Gleaning Project, have all found an increase in the number of clients coming to the pantries or coming to get meals. So what we do is generally to work with students as volunteers. We work with Will Snyder's class, which is a community service learning class dealing with hunger and food issues. But we also work a lot with younger children. So we work with youth groups, church groups, Girl Scouts, and also school groups. I'll just give you some ideas of what the experience is like for the kids. They come out and we teach them about where the food is coming from. They get to see firsthand how it's growing. And we also teach them about food security and hunger in their community. And we were harvesting lettuce at one farm in Deerfield, and there were dark brown spots on the outside leaves. And the volunteers and I were pulling off the outside leaves to find these perfect heads of lettuce. And we filled up all of the containers and harvested probably, I don't know, about 300 pounds of lettuce, which is a lot of lettuce if you can imagine how much one head of lettuce is. And the middle schoolers that I was gleaning with were so upset that there was still one full row of this lettuce, and they wanted to just fill the school bus as much as they could with the lettuce. We also work with the Martin Luther King Charter School in Springfield and have gleaned apples with them for the last 4 years. And a lot of the students that we work with have never had the chance to go apple picking or have never even left Springfield. And they really get very excited about the opportunity to fill their bags with apples and then bring them to donation. So we've harvested over 45,000 pounds in the last 5 years and worked with over 1,000 volunteers. And what we do with the volunteers once we harvest the food is to take it directly to the food service agency so it gets used right away, either for a meal or to give away at a pantry. And we've brought watermelons or apples to the Northampton Survival Center or to Loaves and Fishes, and people get very excited when they see this fresh food. The agencies that we donate to don't get a lot of fresh food. They very rarely get local food and almost never get organic food. So we're sort of closing that gap in this community of taking the food that's already existing and giving it to the food service agencies. One director of an agency in Holyoke told us about how we donated a lot of peppers, and she could smell in the community for the next few days sofrito cooking, because people don't usually have the peppers to make it. So as far as next steps, we want to continue what we're doing. We want to work, hopefully, with more farms and with more volunteer groups. But working with the farmers is definitely the hardest part as far as making sure that we're being respectful of their land and their needs as farmers. So we're hoping to start working with college volunteers to be the coordinators with certain farms so that they can be volunteering regularly on the farms. And then know when there's extra produce that's available for gleaning. We're also excited to have any members of the community who are interested in being involved with gleaning be on call to be ready to glean at a moment's notice, because a lot of times there is extra that the farmers have but are ready to till that land under to plant a new thing. So we're welcome to any other ideas, and we're excited to have other people get involved too. So thank you.